What's up, YouTube? First and foremost, shout out to all my subscribers. Shout out to any donations that I get. Cash App's always in the description, same as my YouTube name, AlienAscend. Not begging, just throwing that out there. Last couple days haven't made a video because I've been sick. Still sick now, but not as bad as before. The name of this video is Homeless Sick on New Year's Eve. Thanks for rocking with me. If you can, run up those likes and drop a comment. If you don't know what to put as a comment, you can put you know, a smiley face, an emoji, anything like that. That really helps me helps push out my content. But I'm gonna jump right into it. So this sickness was like a head cold. It's pretty bad. I'm gonna talk about this the sickness that I'm like at the tail end on, and I'm gonna talk about other times I've been sick. If this is your first time watching me, I am homeless. I do live in my car. There's been times where I've been homeless where I'm not in a car at all, like straight out on the streets. I have videos of you know, how I became homeless, how I quit truck driving. I encourage you, if this is your first time watching it, to check out my other videos after checking this one out. So a couple days ago, 2 days ago, I felt like I was swimming in my head, and I was doing I do gig apps, so I do Uber Eats and I do DoorDash and you know, things like that, and I felt like I was swimming in my head, man, and it got bad, dude, and I felt like this real cold chill get over me, and like it came on sudden, dude. So it came on really sudden. I'm like, oh, okay. I know what this is. You know, you got to know your body. You know, when you're out here, you know, you're basically your own doctor. You know, most of the damn time, to tell you the truth. So I felt that, and I instantly stopped what I was doing. I had to cut the day short. I went and got NyQuil, and I didn't have any NyQuil at the time, but I knew that was something I was going to need. I also could tell that I was going to have a fever. Like, I already felt hot, and I felt I was getting the cold chills. And that's what really happens when a lot of people don't understand this. When you get a fever, you don't just always feel hot. You feel cold as well. It's like your body can't tell what actual temperature you are. Because I do Uber Eats and I do DoorDash, and I get worried, you know, since I'm handling people's food, I do get worried, you know, that it could be some, you know, different kind of cold, you know what I mean? So I did take a rapid test, and you know, it wouldn't have changed how I dealt with things, but I needed to know if I had that, because I don't want to get anybody else sick. So I know that if I had something like that, it'd be really, really contagious. There's a lot of people who have immune, you know, deficiencies, and I shouldn't be doing anything. So I took a rapid test, came back negative, which is cool. I went ahead and that's another thing too I want to talk about. Every time I do something right, it always costs me money. There's plenty of drivers out here that I know that are like leaking snot and coughing and hacking and all sorts of stuff, and they're out making money and they're out doing deliveries. I don't want to get anybody sick, you know, and I'm on the tail end of everything. It feels like I just really low on energy, and like my nose is stuffed up, so I'm not snotting everywhere. And my voice sounds a little bit funny to me. Like, I don't think this is my normal tone. However, yeah, the first night was really, really bad. Like crazy. Nothing but crazy wild dreams and shaking and shivering. Sleeping in my car. It's really rough. Anytime that you're really sick, you know what I'm saying? If you're really sick, it's very rough. If you're inside a house, in the car in the winter, it sucks it even sucks even more. One of the reasons why it sucks even more is I know that I need to stay hydrated, man. You know, that's gonna help with a common cold. That's gonna help with you know, me running a fever. You know, every time I took a sip of water, man, I had to use the bathroom. Every time, anything that touched my stomach, I had to use the men's room. So that's not very good. That's taking more energy. Like, if you were inside your own house, you got your bathroom right there, you got privacy, it's not that big of a deal. I don't imagine it'd be that much big of a deal. Living in your car, no, totally different. And it, you know, it was all it was ones that I couldn't step outside and be real quick. I had to go inside, you know what I mean? So when that was going on, I moved to a rest area, because it's more accessible in the bathrooms. However, not very smart to, you know, like, I guess a truck stop, me going back and forth at nighttime, and I always stay in hood spots. It just wasn't good, and me feeling that sick, I don't know if I could have defended myself as well as I could, you know, if I felt better. Like, I felt pretty damn weak, man. Like, just walking 20-30 feet, man, it felt like I was dragging. And one of my suggestions I give on here is you know, I think it's what not to do when you're homeless is is show weakness, you know. So am I gonna walk out there and, like, you know, drag my feet and put my head down and, like, let everybody know that I feel like crap and that my head is spinning, that I basically got a head cold? You know, am I gonna let anybody know that stuff? No. Walk out there like I'm perfectly fine. You know, I'm not gonna walk out there and tell people, hey man, I have barely energy. You know, I have barely enough energy. Now would be a good time for you to run up on me. I'm not gonna advertise that stuff. However, when I was feeling that bad, I went to a rest area where it's not nearly as risky as that, and a lot easier walking back and forth to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically with this one. I kept checking my temperature. When I was running a fever, I think the highest I got was 102.3. And I know anything over 103 to 105, you know, you need to do something, you know, right away. I didn't get that hot, but man, one of the suckiest things about that stuff is when I break a fever, and I've heard other people do the same thing when you're sleeping and you break a fever. When you wake up and you have this sweat all over you, like it's all over my face and my body, this sweat is like sticky oil of nastiness. Like just going like this would, you know, like touching your face, touching your forehead, it's like that the illness is coming out of you. You know what I'm saying? Your body's doing something for a reason. And man, I went into the bathroom, and I had to, you know, took a cloth, got hot water, wiped my face down, basically give myself a bird bath to get that crap off me. I still didn't have enough energy to go to Planet Fitness to take a full shower. I also wanted to make sure that that when I went ahead and did something like that, I'm no longer contagious, you know. So did that, and you know, it sucked. I'll talk about another time that I was really sick. You know, and this one was bad. This is a two-day, very severe thing. I believe I contaminated myself. I have some metal forks, and I was using my hand sanitizer to clean it. And my hand sanitizer has aloe vera in it, so it doesn't leave my hands too dry. And I used a fork, and I was eating peanut butter, and I was drinking Diet Dr. Pepper, both of which I'm still not okay with, like eating right now. I did that, and I think I had a chocolate cookie or two. I did that, and oh my God, my stomach was hurting. Like, I have a very high tolerance to pain. This was a 9 out of a 10. This was enough to make you snitch on your own mother. This is, you know, tap out. You know, and what sucks the most is it lasted over 48 hours, and it was just this worst pain in your stomach, you know. And I started getting it. And I've had stomach pain before. Probably around the same pain level, but never 2 days worth, never 48 hours. However, I instantly started vomiting. I vomited at least 50 times in one go, and it was horrible, man. And then like nothing I could do. And I was at a truck stop at the time, and this dude he opens up his door, and he's like, "Hey bro, you okay, man? Did you have too much to drink?" And I was like, dude, I don't drink, man. I said I contaminated myself. I ate something bad. And he's like, hey man, you know, if you're gonna be okay, you know, if you're not gonna be okay, just let me know. And I'm like, listen, you ain't gotta worry about anything. So he thought I was drunk and that I drank too much. And this guy, I only saw him there at the truck stop for 2 days, so he wasn't somebody who stayed there all the time. Yeah, you know, I only saw him for like 2 days, so he went on his way. But it's important that I talk about the guy because I was puking. And I went out and did it again another 50 times, and I took pictures of it the next day. I'm not going to put it on here because I think it breaks YouTube. However, I do have the pictures, and it's bad. I mean, I'm not trying to gross anybody out, but you know, imagine Diet Dr. Pepper, peanut butter, and a couple chocolate cookies. You know, yeah, right. So when that was going on, I you know, I carry a acid booster. It's generic brand crap. It's dual action. This helps my stomach all the time. In fact, when I was a truck driver, believe it or not, I was losing weight being a truck driver. And why I did that was because if I ate food and I was driving, and the tractor bouncing up and down and everything else would give me crazy stomach aches, and I had to pop one of those, right? And it's way better than the Tums. I'd have to do that. So I was very, very careful. I didn't eat very much. I only ate enough, and I never overstuffed myself. And I never could just eat and then, you know, jump in the truck and start driving. You know, I had to give myself a good hour. So, like, you know, but yeah, those is a lifesaver. I carry those. Now I have NyQuil, and you know, extra strength Tylenols is very, very good. There's a lot of pills that I don't take that other people would, like maybe Excedrins. Excedrins make me feel loopy. I don't like the way it feels. So I normally will just take an extra strength Tylenol. I will take NyQuil. If I'm having a hard time going to sleep, I don't mind taking the melatonin, and of course my stomach pills. But so anyways, back to the story. So the very next day, I'm able to get a little bit of sleep. And I wake up in the morning, and the dude who asked if I was okay the night before, I popped out, and I'm like, man, my stomach just still hurts, but it's not as bad as it was the night before. So now it's not a 9, now it's more like a 6 or a 7, but it gets back to a 9. So follow along with me. So when I get out there, I was like, man, dude, that was a close call, bro. And he's like, yeah, I was gonna call an ambulance for you, man. He's like, you look miserable, dude. And in the hood, for somebody to call an ambulance for you and somebody to be concerned, stuff like that, I must have really looked like crap, man. You know, I'm not I'm not somebody who looks nice when I vomit. You know, my face is probably red as hell, my eyes watering, and I was out there cursing. I was cursing up a storm that was going on, man. You know, and I didn't mean to. It's just my reaction. So in the morning, and he's like, "Hey, what actually happened, man?" He's like, he's like, "I know that you said you weren't drinking. So what was it?" I was like, "Dude, I think I contaminated myself with a fork, and using hand sanitizer to clean it. Like, so I had a dirty fork. I cleaned it with a hand sanitizer. I think the aloe vera was on there, and it going in my stomach jacked me up. Is what I believe. That, or maybe something got in my peanut butter. Could have been bad peanut butter, I don't know. But I think it was literally the way I cleaned that fork. And moving forward, I really don't use the metal forks that I have anymore. I use plastic ones. I'm not, you know, days of me washing those are over. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna risk that kind of pain again. So after that particular dude who asked me that stuff, he put a donut on his car, and then he had to go drive to his people, and his people were going to help him put another tire on his thing. He did also tell me, he's like, yeah, I had mentioned it. I was like, yeah, being homeless and living in a car getting sick sucks, dude. And he's like, yeah, he said that a few weeks ago he had pneumonia for 3 weeks, and that it was miserable for him. And I was like, okay, man. I told him, you know, safe travels when he rolled out. I went ahead and took my blood pressure pill, and I used a little bit of water to wash it down. And when I did that, re-aggravated my stomach, and I was back at a 9. And all I could do is lay down and roll side to side, and be in the most amount of pain that I'm actually surprised that I didn't stroke out. That amount of pain for that long of a period. I am very thankful that I'm still here and that I'm still in the game. It was very, very, very bad. You know, all I was doing was praying and hoping it will stop soon. It got to that particular sickness. So when re-aggravated my stomach, I'm not sipping water or anything like that. So a day goes by, and so now I'm on the 3rd day. So 2 days my stomach really hurting, but the 3rd day, anytime I take a sip of a little bit of water, my stomach hurts for several hours, and I'm like, man, I need to hydrate. So I went ahead and was like, okay, if I give myself 1 more day. So it would have been this would have been the 3rd day, like this would have been the 4th day going on this. So 2 days of really bad stomach pain. The 3rd day, not being able to drink any liquids because it hurts my stomach. And I'm like, okay, if the very next day that if I'm unable to hydrate myself to a certain level, I'm going to go into the emergency room and tell them that I'm suffering from dehydration and that something seriously is wrong. So I at that point I was going to break and do it. I'm not like a lot of people who run to the hospital right away. I'm not like that at all. In fact, a lot of the stuff that, whatever they offer, I mean, if I broke my arm or I needed stitches or I couldn't stop, you know, a wound or something like that, yeah, you know, I no problem. But let's say if I have a really bad headache, no, I'm not going to go in there. You know, let's say that, like small stuff that I can handle myself, I'm not going to go in there, basically, right? And I hate having to go there, you know. So the very next day, at that point, I'm like, if I can't get this Gatorade down, then I'm going to go to the hospital. And so I got the Gatorade down, and my stomach wasn't hurting like before. Actually outside of my stomach, like walking, like it felt like all my intestines were really, really sore, and it felt like they were like swollen. And I'm like, shit, man, that does not feel very good at all. So I took extra strength Tylenol, and that actually took the, you know, the pain relief did help with that. And then I just kept sipping Gatorade and drinking water. And then I had noticed by the color of, you know, when I used the men's room, it still didn't look very good. So at that point, I bought 2 big bottles of Pedialyte that had the extra stuff in there, that, you know, whatever the extra shit that they, you know, they put on a label, like, you know, 75% more hydration and blah blah blah. And Pedialyte tastes like crap to me, man. You know, I bought 2 different flavors. I bought I think the cherry and the blue kind. Both of them disgusting, but I was able to get it down, because the way I am, as I think like, if this is going to help me and make me feel better, I don't care it doesn't taste good. You know, I'm trying to get back you know, back in the game, so to speak. So I went ahead and did that, and then moving forward, you know, I still haven't had Diet Dr. Pepper, and I still haven't had peanut butter. So I'm not ready to have either one of them. I'm still grossed out. This is just a few months ago that this happened as well. So getting sick when you're homeless really, really does suck. You know, you got to carry stuff around like extra strength Tylenol, stomach pills, depending on, you know, what hits you first. My immune system is pretty darn good. You know, at least it was at one point. Living out here, eating raviolis and eating processed food and things like that, I'm not giving myself the proper nutrition and stuff like that. So I am, in my opinion, I feel more acceptable to that. However, when I wasn't living in my car and I was eating more healthy, I used to be around people that were like, you know, they'd, you know, have a cough or whatever, and I never got it, you know. Or I'd be around somebody who, you know, had the sniffles, never got it. I've been around people who were really, really sick, and I helped take care of them, and I never got it. So like, I had my immune system has always felt like it's really, really strong. Nowadays, not so much. And anything with the bathroom, living in a car, really sucks, man. When you have to, you know, every time I took a sip of water, it just hit my stomach. I gotta run to the bathroom, man. And the same thing with food. So like, I take a couple bites of a can of chicken noodle soup, which tastes not very good when it's cold, but that's what I got. I had chicken noodle soups. I bought 4 cans of those, and I bought the NyQuil, and I think I got water that day, you know. So I got that stuff to take care of me. The cool thing about NyQuil is if anything happens, you know, moving forward, I, you know, still got like 75% of a bottle, which is cool. So with New Year's Eve, I've been thinking about what are your guys's New Year's resolutions? I kind of think that you don't need to wait till New Year's to do it. However, sometimes this is a very good reminder of what you want to do. You know, do you want to lose weight? Do you want to make more money? You know, I know with me, and I get this question a lot, is like, you know, hang in there, AlienAscend, you know, you won't be homeless for you know, for much longer, you know, like, you know, you got this, and I appreciate that, and I really like that support. But if I said that my New Year's resolution was to, you know, not be homeless anymore, that's me setting the bar too low. Like, what I want to do is nothing less than change the world. And I believe by being myself and being on YouTube, I can. You know, that's the way I think, and you know, being very positive. I believe that I give very informative stuff. I think people will actually enjoy watching me. You know, that I'm a real person. You know, I'm not out here, you know, standing by Lamborghinis trying to sell you some kind of stupid dream. You know, I'm just talking my story and doing it vlog style, kind of, basically. You know, and it really does help me to get it out. and then also the support system of everybody that's talking with me in the comments is wonderful. It's something I didn't expect on YouTube, you know. I love it, and it's awesome. And if you guys can run those likes up and drop comments and help push everything out. And my Cash App is the same as YouTube, AlienAscend. But I'm still going to keep talking, so don't click off yet. You know, I have a lot of goals. I do plan on you know, buying land. How am I going to do it? Because I'm just one win at a time, man. One win at a time. Buying land, if it already has a house on it or like some kind of shanty, then cool. I would really like to be able to park my car in an area that I own the land, I own the property, and I'm not at a truck stop or a rest area in the hood. That I'm on land that I can't be kicked off of. I'm at land where I can step outside and use the men's room if I want to. You know, you know, that's a very big step in the right direction. I want to get monetized. I want to be able to offer stuff on YouTube. You know, I want to go live with you guys and talk to you guys. You know, and I got a lot of things set up where I can use my friend's internet. You know, so that you know, to go live and stuff. So I have a lot of big goals. Definitely want to get in more shape and get my strength up. I noticed that I was putting on some weight, and it was because when I ate at friends' houses, I was being gluttonous. You know, I'm used to eating raviolis and stuff, and they put a nice big plate in front of me, and they tell me that you know, that if I don't eat everything, or the food is going to be thrown away because they don't keep leftovers like that, I'm going to eat all that stuff. So I was being gluttonous about that. And moving forward, I'm going to go ahead and start doing some more cardio. And I have a Planet Fitness membership, and I was working out there, but most of the time I just showered there. I'm going to go ahead and start getting back into that. Not even start getting back into it. I'm going to be consistent, you know. So what you guys can expect from me is consistent uploads. You can expect, you know, that I'll be around. You know, I really love YouTube, and I want to thank you so much for rocking with me.